This is a very, very short one here on Politics Done Right. I'm here in Washington, D.C. Had to come over to take care of my daughter's move. As you know, she had some medical issues that put her months behind. So she's changing apartments, and we're going to do some tests as well tomorrow. So I'm out here. Can't give you a full show, but you know the show must go on all of the times. So one of the things I want to talk to you guys about before I leave on this very short edition is what the hell is wrong with the Democratic Party? And it's not the Democratic Party really. It's Manchin. It's all those who want you to believe that there is some option out there that Republicans in general will go for. And I tell you something, it is sad to see. Yes, I'm okay. I'm here in Washington D.C. I'm here with my daughter. We're going to get some tests done for my daughter, and also we're here to move her. A lot of work, so I couldn't be out here. I couldn't be out doing the show as I normally do. But thank you guys so kindly for showing up. But again, what's going on with yes, I know. You know, we always do it 3 o'clock sharp. I ran down here to make sure I could get a good Wi-Fi connection at this building here to make sure that we could actually at least say, you know, we're coming back live streaming again on Wednesday, so all should be okay. I should be getting back into town soon. Democrats will compromise before they get started, then compromise on the compromise. Republicans will offer a fraction of what's necessary, then say no to everything anyway, because that's all they do. Why do either of them expect the American people to accept this? Michael Rudnin, I could not have said it better myself. But it's not all Democrats. It's the Democrats who decide that they want to play a game. But I want to postulate something that really got on my case together about the establishment. You understand right now what's going on. What's going on is most Americans want progressive policies. Stop. That is what they want. Uh, Now, here is the other issue. Um, I want to stop here because I need to address our great PDR policy leader, Bridge MCP. I didn't post any this weekend. I was completely off the grid for 2 days. I logged 12,000 steps because we moved my daughter, and it was just hectic. And built beds, built all kinds of stuff for her new apartment. So that's the reason why I wasn't able to post, wasn't able to keep a whole lot, but I did stay informed. But going back to my concern about what's occurring here with the Democrats. Remember, we talk a lot about establishment. There's a certain gravity in this country. And when I say gravity, I'm talking about a pull. I'm talking about a pull. And that is a pull towards maintaining the state of our business structure, our oligarchy. So we always have enough in the establishment, whether Democrat or Republican, that are there to do the duty of the new masters, and that is our business enterprises. That is the bastions of capitalism. And what's going on right now is that Americans have seen the light. Many have seen the light. And if you poll them, you see that the things that they want, the things that they say are the things that are required of us as a government, what they want from the government. It turns out that it is all that progressives are talking about. Now, given that progressives are in general mostly Democrats, and now that Democrats control the entire government, one would expect that these policies would be realized. And guess what? There are enough people who support these policies to do it, including Manchin to some extent, not complete, but to some extent. But that gravity of the plutocracy, that gravity of the capitalist structure is what prevents them is what allows this to occur. That undemocratic filibustering, They like to claim that the reason we have the filibuster is because of the measuredness of the Senate, to keep the Senate with cool heads, to make sure we don't make too many changes too fast. There are some changes that need to be made immediately. There are some changes that are existential. There are some changes that not done now leads to the demise of some. So the reality is here that what we have with Manchin coming out with his op-ed over the weekend is to simply not buy time, but to simply let it be known to his corporate masters that they can count on him not to do what is democratically correct, what is democratically appropriate. So, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? It's not a loss. A lot of people throw their hands up in the air and say we can never change things. We can never change things with the current crop of politicians that we have now, but we can change things. And the way we change it is staying, first of all, in the fight. You cannot ever leave the fight. You cannot ever say, I'm throwing my hands up in the air, to hell with this. I am not going to do it anymore. We can't do that. We have to stay in the game. They are betting on us leaving. They are betting that we can't hang and that we're going to throw our hands up in the air and say, we just can't win. I'm here to say we can win. But the way we do it is one step at a time, one foot in front of the others. We backslide every so often. We fall behind every so often. But we keep moving forward. We start by getting ready for 2018. Or I'm 2018. Wow. I want 2018 to be repeated. We get started by making sure 2022 teaches a lesson. 2022 must teach a lesson. 2022 must teach a lesson. And what we must do in 2022 is make sure that all those senators that are up for re-election who are pussyfooting right now, that they're gone. And to make sure that every congressperson that doesn't support the progressive values will be defeated. Michael Rudnan says, but you can take a short break when you need it. And I took forward to you getting back into it. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. I have an old student who commented on posts regarding Trump and maybe prison. He said, if that happens, we will have a war. He became a MAGA guy. Scary stuff. Yeah, a lot of people are scared of that, and that is the most important thing that they're doing right now. It's the scare tactics that are pulling, that many are concerned about. And my contention is the scare tactic in itself is a tactic they hope causes implicit defeat. In other words, that you don't fight, that because of your fear of what might happen, that you don't react. You can never fear what might not happen. Let's remember that. You can never fear what might not happen. Eric Hayes says you are using scare tactics. I'm not using scare tactics. Name me a scare tactic that I am using. Please give me a scare tactic that you believe I am using. Michael Bridge says we will be out in droves for 2022. We will be. 2022 will go Democrats' way, but only if Democrats go big this year. Democrats won't be able to go big this year because of Joe Manchin holding up the water for the plutocracy, for the oligarchy, for the wealthy. But what we can do, what we will do, again, as I said, the discussion that we made to our people in 2018 was that please come out and vote. We're going to make the change, and we won. In 2020, some people say, well, look, we won in 2018, and what did it buy us? Well, we said it was the growth that we expected and the policies that we were going to put out. Now, 2022, they're going to ask, so what have this done for me? And we can tell them, remember how we got you out of the pandemic. But more importantly, we need you now to move us the next step forward. Bridge MCP said he's just saying because of the way things are going, not to be afraid. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, Breach. And Michael just said Joe Manchin will drag down the Democratic Party with him. He doesn't have to worry about re-election for 5 years. The thing about it is Joe Manchin is not elected by Democrats. Joe Manchin is elected by West Virginians. And West Virginians are a special breed. And they're a special breed because we haven't gone out there the way we should. We have seeded West Virginia unnecessarily. West Virginia has always been a Democratic state, but it should be and continue to be a Democratic state because most of the human necessities of that state are the things that we as progressives, that is what we provide for people. That it's not occurring is our fault. And that is where I'm saying we have to make the change. When Alexandria Ocasio Cortez was about to go into West Virginia to challenge a debate with one of the representatives there, you know what they did? He backed out. You know why he backed out? Because she would have spoken not only to their hearts, but to what they really need. And they would have seen that the plutocracy, the oligarchy, the capitalist structure, what it has been doing to West Virginians throughout the ages have been killing them. Black lung disease, pollution and mercury in their streams from strip mining. I mean, you name it, it's been done by the wealthy and their supporters to the West Virginian population. But do you think they know that? They don't. They don't know that the cancers they're getting is directly responsible. It was a direct cause of what has occurred. They don't know that the asthma, that the emphysema that they're getting is a direct relation to their bad voting. And nobody's out there really trying to inform them. How about that? And there's no reason to keep Fauci out of the press. Fauci is one of the best. One of the things that I wish many people who listen to, let's say, some of these news channels that are now, they decided that Fox News, that at Fox News and and the other network ON, that Fauci is going to be their new beaten ball. I wish they would go back and research what occurred during the AIDS debate and during what he did with AIDS. You'd see that first of all, these scare tactics won't work with Dr. Fauci, but more importantly, you'll see that you go against what this guy has been preaching for a long time, which is science. At your own peril. At your own peril. Democrats can go out and offer job training for renewable energy. When Democrats push infrastructure investment, West Virginia must not be left behind. Exactly. Exactly. We need educated voters. They vote against their interests all the times, according to Bridge MCP, and Bridge is absolutely correct. We will do that, and we will make sure to do that. And let's see, what else have we got here? We've got Rudninson looking long term. Educating the voters will take 2 generations. It takes a long time, but I don't think. No, the emails misrepresented is a detriment. Emails read correctly as literally and in context, there's absolutely no problems with the emails. I've read the emails. I have no problems with it. I think it's kind of comical. I think it's pretty comical the way people are reading these emails. But you know what? What can you expect? What can you really expect from folks who have no desire for the truth, right? If you want to have the truth, you have to be willing to look for the truth. You have to be willing to look for the truth. So anyhow, I can't do a full hour program. I have to go back and put a few more loose ends before in my daughter's apartment, and then I have to take her out to the med school. I'm telling you this personal stuff because I hate missing my program, but we have to do things. I have read the emails. How are they coming to these conclusions? Reads Laura. It is. I find it amazing. Fauci's emails go with the fact-checking site to get your truth. Yeah, but here's the deal. Uh, here is the deal. Here's the deal. that is how things happen. But folks, I'm going to have to check out right now. Please remember to go to politicsdoneright.com, politicsdoneright.com/books to support our books, politicsdoneright.com slash Google, politicsdoneright.com. I don't have my stuff in front of me. Politicsdoneright.com slash PDR Posse, politicsandright.com/YouTube. That's the one. Politicsandright.com/YouTube. Please become a member of our PDR Posse. You can always become a member of our patron by going to politicsandright.com/PATREON, politicsandright.com/PATREON, or become a supporter of our program via PayPal, politicsandright.com/PayPal. As you see, no matter what, we have to get this right. My name is Egberto Willis. This is Politics Done Right, and you know how I end this baby. I am what? Out.